Hey guys, Sometimes Crazy here, back with another Krunker Science video. This is episode 8 of Krunker Science, and today we're going to be discussing shotgun jumping. Just make sure you stick around to the end, because I do have some important issues that I want to address regarding this channel and going forward with the channel. But let's get back to the video. So the main goal of this video is to work out how fast, like, the pellets that the shotgun fires really are going. And you can do this for shotgun, you can also do this for sword off, and you can also do this for RPG. However, I'm just going to be doing it for shotgun in this video. And the reason we can do that is because you can shotgun jump with all of them weapons. You know, you've got the recoil to go up into the air. So that being said, the first step into working out this is to work out how high Krunker goes, Krunker guy goes when he does a shotgun jump. For this, I set up blocks of 10 pixels in like a stair-like formation, and I shot myself up and held back until I found out the perfect height that he could go up and back and on top of. So at 45 pixels, for example, he would stop and he would almost make it, but not quite. But at 44 pixels, he'd be able to jump and just about land. So knowing that, you know that at 43 pixels, he went down slightly. So 44 pixels was the height that I worked out Cooking Guy could shotgun jump to. So 44 pixels is roughly 13 feet 2.4 inches, and it took 2 seconds. It took 2 seconds to shotgun jump and land. I worked this out the same way I did before with the split time recorder, and 2 seconds, it was very negligible. So it'd be like I'd stop at either 1 minute 59 seconds, 2 minute 1 second. It was all very, very tight timing. So 2 seconds, it's perfect, especially since we can then, simplify it and work out that that's 6.12 feet per second. Then I'm going to use a widely known recoil calculation to determine the speed of the round by reverse engineering the equation. So this is used by people that like guns and want to know how fast, no, how much recoil they're going to receive from firing a gun. But we already know that because we know that the recoil for this is 6.12 feet per second. So we're going to reverse engineer it. But at base level, here's a great explanation of the equation. So quoting here from the website, it says, "What is the recoil velocity of an 8-pound Winchester rifle after firing a 150 grain bullet with a speed of 2,820 feet per second?" Now I'm just going to cut in here. This 2,820 feet per second. It's what we're trying to work out with reverse engineering this calculation. So back to the explanation. They say, before solving this problem, it's necessary to express all quantities in consistent units. 1 grain is equal to 64.8 milligrams. So the bullet has a mass of 9,720 milligrams, or 9.72 grams. In the equation I'm going to show you, mass is represented as MB. The rifle, on the other hand, has a mass of 3,632 grams, which is MR. It's now easy to calculate the recoil speed of the rifle, VR, in feet per second. So the equation that they propose here is minus MB divided by MR, in brackets, times VB equals VR, which is when you put in all of the values, it's minus 9.72 grams divided by 3,632 grams in brackets times 2,820 feet per second. And that gives you a negative number of minus 7.55 feet per second. That's because the recoil is 7.55 feet per second, but it's going in the opposite direction of the bullet. Right, so that's why it comes out as a negative. You may notice here that, as I said before, we are using the shot speed to get the recoil, and we already have the recoil and we want the shot speed. So as stated before, we need to reverse engineer this equation to find the shot speed. But it's going to be super confusing using these numbers, so I'm going to put some really simple numbers in, so it's going to be a lot easier to work out. If minus 6 divided by 3 times 4 is 8, then minus 8 divided by minus 6 divided by 3 equals 4. And there you can see that we've ended up taking the answer, putting it at the beginning, and getting the value that we need, which is the shot speed, which is what was being timed, as the answer. So that means our equation is now minus VR divided by minus MB divided by MR. So basically what I'm saying here is that Everything in there is negative because, obviously, as I explained before, recoil is the opposite direction of where you're shooting. From here on out, you have to understand the speed we have is of Krunker guy and the shotgun. I mean, the because this is done as the just the rifle being recoiled, but the recoil we have is obviously shotgun and Krunker guy being put up into the air. So the weight of the rifle is actually the weight of the rifle and Krunker guy. So in episode 6, we worked out Krunker guy weighs 2,343.8699 whatever kilograms, which is equal to 2,345,869.9 grams. The shotgun we worked out in episode 4 to be a Beretta 30-1 tactical, and that weighs 2.9 kilograms or 2,900 grams. So our combined weight we now have is 2,348,769.9 grams. Finally, we have the shot weight. So we know that the shotgun fires multiple large projectiles, and that rules out bird shot, which is tiny, tiny little shot, and slugs, which are just one round, essentially like a massive bullet. That leaves us with buckshot, and that's quite a large shot, like birdshot, but you get less in because they're quite big. And although there isn't actually any commercial buckshot sold that only has 5 shots in, like we see in Krunker, the .3600 can hold a minimum of 8 with the tight grouping. This is the most similar to shot fired, like to the shot that's fired in Krunker. And obviously, I live in England, and without access to firearms and people that I can ask about this sort of thing, it's the best metric that I have to use. And these weigh 60 grain, which is equal to 3.88793 grams. Now that we have all 3 metrics, we can work out the speed of the projectile. So, our equation completed is minus 6.12, because remember, it's shooting the opposite direction, so it is a negative, divided by minus 3.88793 divided by 2,345,869.9. This means that when Krunker guy pulls the trigger of that shotgun, he's releasing 5 pellets, which each travel at a speed of 3,692,639.47345 feet per second. And honestly, do you know when you're running around with a shotgun and you shoot someone, like if you've ever used shotgun, if you shoot them from far away, if one shot hits, you'll get like the hit marker and they won't die. When it's traveling this fast, surely they would be vaporized instantly. I mean, to put this into perspective, 3,692,639.47345 feet per second is equal to 2,517,708.40909 miles per hour. So fighter pilots break the sound barrier at 767.269 miles per hour, and that's roughly only 3,281th of the speed of these shots. And it may seem fast, and a reasonable conclusion would be to compare this to the speed of light, fastest thing we all know. But sorry to all of you that like big numbers, it doesn't compare, like not even slightly. The speed of light is hundreds of thousands of miles per second. I'm not saying that the shotgun isn't fast. It is mega fast. For example, Apollo 11 reached a maximum speed of 40,000 kilometers an hour, which is so much less than this shot. I'm not saying it's not fast. I'm just saying don't go comparing it to things that it shouldn't be compared to. Finally, a final comparison before I get onto these important topics I wanted to talk about is that it's actually 5 or 6 times faster than the current fastest man-made object, which would I mean, that's kind of a paradox because it would then make this the fastest man-made object. But just hear me out. NASA's Parker Solar Probe is a space probe that's been sent to gather information on the sun. It's a very long way to the sun, so it's designed to go very fast. It's been calculated that it will reach its top speed of around 430,000 miles per hour, which is significantly slower than these shotgun shots, as I said, 5 or 6 times slower, in fact. Okay, so as I said, that I wanted to discuss some things at the end of the video. Here we are. Just got some Minecraft stuff in the background instead of the usual Krunker stuff. I just wanted to discuss a few points, like for example, my job. As I've mentioned on a few occasions, I am not free in this time as other people are, because I have the ability to work from home. So I still work 8 hours a day from home, and honestly, it's getting like it's getting quite a lot to be able to, because the science videos take like, so some of them take up to like 15-20 hours of research to just get the research, and then I've got to, make the video and edit it all together, and that's on top of a, a job that I've got to do, full time. And as I've mentioned as well, this job isn't just a 9 to 5 job. I'm starting this week on an apprenticeship. So, well, I've already been on an apprenticeship, but what this means is that I'm going to have to be going to university full time as well, which is, they say, another 15 to 20 hours of research, which, for things I'm doing at uni, which really takes up the time that I would be spending on the Krunker Science videos. And I know I don't want to slow down the Krunker Science videos. I really enjoy seeing all the feedback you guys give it, but I mean, it's just, as I say, it's not leaving that much, room for what I. Well, I'm not. I won't say I don't enjoy doing the Krunker Science videos. It's really interesting, and it's something that I sort of, I made this for my channel, this series, and I'm really really happy with it. But you know, it it still at the end of the day can be quite a bit of a chore if I've just finished, an 8 hour work day, and I've had 6 meetings in it, all discussing, things that are going wrong, and software I need to edit and shit like that, and then I go, okay, so instead of sitting down to watch a movie or TV or whatever, now I've got to work on this video about how do I work out how much how fast a shotgun pellet goes in Krunker. I mean, it's as I think I mentioned this before as well. It's never straightforward. I have you know I can sometimes research like 30 or 40 different ways that something could be explained, and every single time I do, I only ever find one way of calculating and working out what's happening and why this is happening. So, which brings me on to another point. As you can see, I'm established a bit in this Minecraft world, because Minecraft is, I've recently rediscovered it as a very relaxing thing to do just after I finish work. This is in the April Fool's update of this year, which adds an infinite amount of, dimensions to go to and travel to. And I was wondering if I do have to slow down the Crunker Science videos, would you guys be interested in sort of a series on the survival world I'm working on here? If not, I completely understand. It's just something, because it could be slowed down to, instead of one a week, it could be slowed down to one every 2 weeks, maybe even one every 3 weeks, depending on how busy I am. So it'd just be something to help fill out the time that I wouldn't be uploading for. Um, that brings me to another point, is that my original plans for Crunker Science had I think a 3 episode series. Like, I've stretched it out to 8 because there's been lots of things to do. I've made a conscious decision not to cover the alien stuff that's going on, because there isn't much to cover. It's a whole like rabbit hole, I'll say, of like things people are following at the moment, and it's not something that can be really theorized on. It's something that's been laid out by the developers as something to follow. Like a sort of treasure hunt, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But other than that, this is the last point I had to cover on my list, and now I'm kind of, what else? What do you guys want to see theories on? I've seen theories about how strong is Krunker guy, how he gets up to such speeds when he slides around the map, but that I don't know. Sliding itself is a mechanic that isn't viable in real life. Do you know what I mean? With shotgun jumping, it's at least somewhat viable if you didn't get obliterated when you shotgun jumped from the speed of the rounds. But sliding isn't something that you see someone run and then slide, then jump and slide again, and increase their speed, perpetually. But so if there's anything else you guys want to see theories on, leave the comments down below. Just because as I said, I've got to the end of what I have, of my source material here. I think if I thought about it, I could probably think of some more things, but it would definitely slow down the production of them. I think at this point, Yeah, I think at this point I'm starting my college course or my university course, even a degree next week, and I'm slow on ideas. So if you guys want, I'll probably upload a Minecraft video next Monday as a sort of placeholder because I don't think I'll be getting out a Krunker Science video next Monday. No matter what at this point. Um, but yeah, just leave all your feedback in the comments section below. About what you want to see done with this, how you see the channel going in the future. Because another thing is, I am not saying that I don't enjoy Krunker. I still fully enjoy Krunker. It's such a it's been such a great experience. I joined Krunker November the 11th, I think it was 2018. Um, and I joined. I think it's like beta 0.9 stuff like that. I mean, I know that their 0.9s went on for a very long time. They had like 0.9.9.9.9 sort of thing. But I remember joining back all the way back then, and I've had just such a fun time. Seeing all the different things added and removed, and Krunker isn't something that I'm going to lose interest in anytime soon. I still play Krunker, I'll still enjoy Krunker, but as I said, this Krunker Science series needs some help from you guys to keep going. So I'll stop waffling on. If you guys want to help me, I do have this trapped villager down here named Placeholder at the moment, who I am needing a name for. So if you guys can think of a name, give me a name. Go on, Placeholder. Go back in your hole. Go back in your hole. There you go. But yeah, that's about it. I guess I'll see you guys later in the next video. Yeah, have a good one.